low to the body. You see Canelo, you see Joshua do it. They go low to the body and go high. You see that shot? Boom, boom. So I was doing this, right? Like you, a boxing way is, a lot of people do this in boxing. They step forward, yeah? You jumped in. So then you jumped in and then you're here. You're right here. So I'm just doing the simple drill.
UFC is more advanced than boxing. Boxers get paid more money, but the entity of the UFC, billion.
Yeah.
If you don't got a gimmick, you have to have a gimmick. I mean, tough street, Tyson, custom auto trained. It's all a gimmick. It's real, but it's a gimmick. Look at Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
He has a gimmick. He's crazy. He's bold. A gimmick. Real life, he's a beautiful guy. You know.
Yeah.
But you have to have a gimmick.
That's what sells tickets. Put in seats.
Put them butts in the seat.
Yeah.
That's a scary one for fighters too, because the thrill of cocaine for some reason is exciting to people who love like exciting things. Like there's something about fighters who are adrenaline junkies that like to be pumped up, and yeah, Conor seems to enjoy it, which is one of the things that makes me think he probably won't come back. But if he does come back, it's got to be now. You know, again at 36 years old now. Paddy Pimblett. That's the fight.
That's going to be a big fight.
Big fight.
Yeah.
But I don't even think Conor's in the drug testing pool anymore.
No?
I don't think so. I don't believe so.
I'm currently in the negotiation stage. The opponents, there are multiple opponents on the platform. Of course, I would love to get that one back. I felt I went into his round, and I felt handy early on. He had to wait for me to get tired.
I do have a little bit of a concern with Conor. I do. The words that Conor used are not true. Conor is not negotiating with the United States government. Nor has he ever. Nor will he ever. If you were to ask Conor McGregor the phone number to the United States government, he would not be able to produce it. Just for example, this is not real. But the voice in which Conor did the spoof interview is also not Conor's natural speaking voice. He's doing more and more interviews with this new voice. I enjoy Conor's voice. I like when Conor talks to you. The Macho Man, Randy Savage. Yeah, oh yeah. See, over time, he forgot that this wasn't his actual voice. Yeah, the people that know him. The people that know him say that he started to answer the telephone. He started to answer the telephone with this voice. And the people would say to him, Larry, why are you speaking like that? And he would say, I'm trying to stay into character at all times. This is how you be.
The moment the White House card was mentioned, the noise began. Predictions, breakdowns, wild theories. Everyone suddenly had an opinion. But let's be honest. No matter what numbers the analysts crunch, or which names they throw into the mix, one man guarantees global attention: Conor McGregor. Experts can debate matchups all day. Former champions can offer their takes. The rumor mill can spin out of control. None of it changes the reality. When he's attached to an event, the spotlight follows. And while the conversation seems centered on who he might face, that's not where the real fascination lies. The true question isn't about the opponent standing across from him. It's about what this moment actually represents.
About the belts and whatever, this and that, and you know, this guy's gonna fight. They're saying that he can fight Floyd. He's getting ready for Floyd or whatever, and I think the division has moved on. You know, this whole Floyd Mayweather talk and him making 50 mil or 75 mil, whatever the talk is, like, would you guys come back to MMA after a fight like that? Like, you know, like this guy, you know, Conor should be proud. You know, everybody tells us, oh, he's a champ, blah, blah, blah. Like, he should be proud, you know? Conor was a champ, you know? He should hold his belt. He should hold his belt up high and proud, you know? And at the end of the day, he's the 2015 champ, you know? This is 2 years later already. And he never ever once talked about defending the 45 belt ever. Not ever. He not ever once talked about it. He talked about defending the 55 belt more than the 45 belt, you know? It's time to move on from this.
When talk of a potential White House event started gaining traction, one name immediately surfaced: Conor McGregor. And it didn't take long for Daniel Cormier to share his perspective. Cormier pointed out, that McGregor's career earnings have reached astronomical levels. From the massive payday in his boxing clash with Floyd Mayweather Jr. to the record-breaking showdown against Khabib Nurmagomedov and the success of his ventures outside the cage, he's built generational wealth. According to Cormier, when you've already secured that kind of fortune, the edge, that burning hunger, can fade. He also referenced the Nurmagomedov fight as a turning point. In that bout, McGregor found himself trapped in extended grappling, exchanges that drained his energy and momentum. It was a different kind of test compared to the striking heavy battles he had dominated in the past. And Cormier suggested that adjustment proved far more difficult than many expected.
It's over for him.
It's over, dog. Conor McGregor.
He made too much money, huh?
He made way too much. He sold that liquor for what, 500 million?
Yeah, he got 100 million for fighting Floyd.
Got 100 million for fighting Floyd. Then he was doing pay-per-views like nothing.
Yeah.
And him and Khabib did 2.5 million pay-per-views. Him and Khabib was the best.
Did you think he was just one-dimensional and that's why?
No, he was good.
But when they got him on the ground?
Khabib got him on the ground. That Khabib was a different.
But not everyone sees it that way. Justin Gaethje approaches the entire situation from a totally different angle. While Daniel Cormier questions whether Conor McGregor still has that same fire, Gaethje isn't interested in revisiting old debates or settling unfinished business, especially not with Dustin Poirier, despite their rivalry being dead even. Instead, his focus snaps straight to the biggest opportunity on the table: McGregor potentially headlining a White House event. For Gaethje, this isn't about rewriting history or replaying former battles. It's about stepping into a massive moment, one that could redefine everything. This isn't about the past. It's about seizing a once-in-a-lifetime stage and embracing the risk that comes with it.
He decides to come out of retirement. Are you interested in that?
No.
Mm-hmm.
We're 1-1.
Yep.
I'm fighting for the championship next. I mean, that is the biggest fight in the world for me, for this division. It's the biggest fight that any of us could ever have, is fighting for an undisputed gold championship belt. So there's nothing else that entertained me. Mm-hmm. If they came to me and said, do you want to fight McGregor on the White House card instead?
Demetrius Johnson has his own take on the situation, and he's not holding back. In his view, star power alone shouldn't guarantee a slot on a White House card. Whether it's Conor McGregor or Jon Jones, Johnson believes a legendary name shouldn't automatically move someone to the front of the line. For him, the spotlight should belong to fighters who are active, consistent, and taking risks right now. The ones stepping into the cage regularly. The ones building momentum through performance, not reputation. Johnson argues that recognition should be earned through present-day results, not past achievements. No matter how iconic a career may be, he insists that opportunity should favor those who are putting in the work today, not those living off yesterday's glory.
He was like, you know what? I want to be on the White House card. What do I got to do? They're like, okay, you fight the winner of Volkov versus Johnson Almeida. Bet. And then he beats Johnson Almeida. Then it's okay, perfect. You're going to fight the winner of XYZ on the White House. Perfect. I'm all for it. But I just don't like when somebody's iced, sitting there chilling. They get to pick and choose what they do. Maybe they earn that right. I have no idea. Right? But for me, I want to see guys who are putting the fucking, rubber to the pavement. Whether and all the accomplishment Jon Jones has done, it's amazing. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying that if we got guys who are on the roster who are fucking fighting their asses off, they should have the first dibs to get on the White House. Even for Conor, we don't need his ass on the White House, right? But I know him and Donald Trump, they got some good things going. But I just don't want to see other athletes miss out on an opportunity that.
Chael Sonnen admitted he isn't fully convinced when it comes to Conor McGregor, particularly regarding McGregor's recent claims about negotiating with the U.S. government. Sonnen flatly said he doesn't believe there's any real substance behind those statements. In a recent interview, he pointed out something else that caught his attention. McGregor, he said, didn't sound like the same person fans once knew. Instead, Sonnen compared the situation to professional wrestling, where performers stay in character for so long that the persona starts bleeding into real life. According to Sonnen, it feels as though McGregor may be walking that same line, living inside the image he created until the performance and the person become difficult to separate.
The words that Conor used are not true. Conor is not negotiating with the United States government. Nor has he ever. Nor will he ever. If you were to ask Conor McGregor the phone number to the United States government, he would not be able to produce it. Just for example, this is not real. But the voice in which Conor did the spoof interview is also not Conor's natural speaking voice. He's doing more and more interviews with this new voice. I enjoy Conor's voice. I like when Conor talks to you. The Macho Man, Randy Savage. Yeah, oh yeah. See, over time, he forgot that this wasn't his actual voice. Yeah, the people that know him. The people that know him say that he started to answer the telephone. He started to answer the telephone with this voice. And the people would say to him, Larry, why are you speaking like that? And he would say, I'm trying to stay into character at all times. This is how you become good at it. This is how you become...
Continuing that thought, Chael Sonnen expressed deeper concern about some of the claims circulating around Conor McGregor and a potential White House appearance. Sonnen argued that certain ideas being floated, like special government backing or sweeping patriotic symbolism tied to the event, don't align with reality. In his view, the narrative has grown bigger than the facts. He made it clear that while McGregor is still the sport's biggest attraction, the man who commands the highest paydays because of the attention he generates, that doesn't automatically validate every dramatic storyline built around him. He also questioned whether framing an Independence Day spectacle around a high-risk fight truly makes sense. For Sonnen, the real danger isn't just inside the cage. It's when a performer becomes so immersed in the persona they've created that they start believing it themselves. And that's where things can take an unpredictable turn.
Impossible to match. There is no 100 golden visas. There is no significance to Conor fighting at the White House. Like, that's not in America. Just for example, he is the biggest draw in the sport. Conor always gets the biggest paycheck. He gets that because he brings in more eyes than anybody. But if his plan is to come out and vocally, through the media, let it be known that all the stops are being pulled on America's Independence Day for somebody who is not an American, it's not a good look. He's creating a scenario that can't happen. And as long as he knows this is a character performing, much like this new speaking voice that he's developed, if he's out there just working, we've got no problem. The problem only becomes if and when he marks out for his own gimmick, which most guys eventually do, because we are...
Hanut tied the pressure directly to what a White House event would represent, emphasizing that this goes far beyond flashy promotion or ticket sales. It's not just about spectacle. It's about credibility. A matchup with someone like Donald Cerrone might generate excitement and make Conor McGregor look dominant under the bright lights. Against that level of opposition, he could shine, roar, and remind fans of the highlight reel striker they remember. But that's not where the real questions get answered. The true measuring stick lies with the elite, fighters such as Dustin Poirier, Islam Makhachev, Charles Oliveira, or Justin Gaethje. Those are the names that define the top of the mountain. And as Khabib Nurmagomedov has long suggested, the octagon isn't a stage for fame or fortune. It's a proving ground. It reveals whether a fighter's prime is gone or whether he can still compete with the absolute best in the world, because at this level, everything depends on who stands across from you. Face a veteran on the decline, and you might look unstoppable. Step in with the true contenders, the men grinding at the summit. And that's when reality hits. That's when we find out whether McGregor is still a force at the pinnacle, or a legend chasing what once was.
Be lion and that's it. Make money. If you want to become champion, if you want to fight like Benny, Charles, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje.
Then came a surprise voice from the boxing world. Manny Pacquiao stepped forward and openly floated the idea of facing Conor McGregor at the White House. For Pacquiao, it wasn't just about competition. It was personal. He framed it as both a bold challenge and a nod of respect to his relationship with Khabib Nurmagomedov. And he didn't hide his motivation. He wants to see McGregor tested for real. With every new name entering the conversation, the event begins to feel less like rumor and more like reality. What started as speculation is transforming into something massive, a high-risk spectacle that fans wouldn't dare ignore. Each public call-out raises the stakes another level. And suddenly, the White House doesn't just sound like a backdrop. It feels like it could become one of the most unlikely and unforgettable stages the fight world has ever seen.
Wants to maybe stage that fight one day in Russia. Do you think that would ever happen, you boxing Conor McGregor, or you having a crossover fight with Conor McGregor?
Oh yeah, that's possible also with Conor McGregor. Depends, but as long as I can still fight.
And then just final one from me, similar to Conor McGregor, have Khabib Nurmagomedov, who is of course a massive star in MMA, an undefeated fighter. If you had the choice between fighting Conor McGregor and Khabib Nurmagomedov, who would you fight and why?
McGregor.
And why would it be McGregor and not Khabib?
Too much.
Do you prefer that?
I want to shut his mouth out.
Do you prefer that somebody at Khabib is very humble, very, is a very religious man? You prefer that type of person?
He's a nice guy. He's a nice person, humble, and it's an inspiration. Good, cool mood.
Max Holloway, Conor McGregor, John Jones around Ilia Topuria, Justin Gaethje like Anderson Silva hype, Justin Gaethje